I see Muzi in the near future as a great manga artist, as an artist who came out of Africa.
Ngiyabona ukuthi ikusasa lakhe liqhakazile, usatoyekuzeni kakhulu.
Well, ka thoma ho utlwa ka manga and it's pretty cool, Gerard.
I come from NL Spray and I am a manga artist.
He didn't look like he was a gifted type of guy. He looked simple, you know.
My impression of him was he was a serious guy. He looked serious about his work.
Muzi umfana wamlo khule vela thulile. Ukhula vele uyadweba ngisho ngikhumbule crash le bekahamba kuyo baye bangibita bangitshela ukuthi ngibonaka le talent lanalo.
I saw him and I saw his work. I was pretty impressed. He's a very good artist, very talented.
My mom used to buy me a lot of illustrated books, so I'd read and see the illustrations, and I started drawing every single time. And before you know it, we all were drawing Dragon Ball Z, and then that's when my passion began and took me into this manga journey. By the end of grade 10, I watched a series called Bakuman. That thing just opened my eyes. It was like, dude, if you can do something better than a few, you should pursue it.
He found that he had a talent for drawing, so he decided that he wants to be the best in South Africa. So he said, I want to challenge myself to draw and become the best. Every time he had a chance, he would find a paper and start to draw.
I like to draw. I like to draw. It's scary, I didn't enjoy myself there. It was when things got real that, hey, dude, no one really cares about what you do. No one cares, and it's childish for you to continue to draw, like just give up. But I just get lost in my own world, and I knew to myself, it's like, look man, you'll never see these guys ever again. Just draw and do you, it's okay, you'll never see them again. From Uplands Primary, I went to Uplands College, things got 10 times worse. Why are you still doing this? What's wrong with you? Why are you still drawing these cartoons? At the time, I didn't actually know what manga was. I only knew what manga was at like 15. It was like, this is what manga is. This is not a cartoon. This is an art form, you know. This is serious, and I want to do it.
Baba wakhe wangathandisisa ukuthi Muzi and something like art. Wacabanga ukuthi mhlambe kungaba ngcono ukuthi ende lo yena la kwendini mhlambe abe lawyer egcineni akambo register ilaw.
I did that 3 weeks doing it become law. It didn't work out. I was like, law asking him. So after 3 weeks of doing it become law, I decided to drop it and do graphic design. When I told my parents to say I want to quit become law, so now you're complaining, let's see, how can you do this? But in the end, who understand it? She was the first to understand. My dad, though, he didn't actually believe in this until I printed my first book and then said, oh, you know what? There's a chance, you know, there's hope. Go ahead and do more. This Girl was my first book that I ever printed. And then this one was called Hide or Hide. And I did this one on Matric. 2014, Wapuma, The Red and the Prince. I thought Uguti would be my biggest story, but it was rushed. It shows Wakumbis, and I just did enough for it to be okay. Things I struggle with when creating my manga is discipline. Sometimes discipline is doing the things you don't have to do, or doing the things you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. That's my biggest challenge, discipline and distractions. My first achievement was in Matric when I came third for the inter-house art competition, where I drew the principal and head boy and head girl. I had no idea I was going to win. I just decided to enter because I saw other people draw amazing things, you know. And I came third and I was like, wow, I really did it. 2015, I was in the magazine, I was on SABC News, all about manga, you know. It was just about me and my manga. And a couple of online magazines about manga as well. And fully embracing the fact that I'm a manga artist and no longer trying to run away from it or hiding it. It just made me a better person. Like, getting the top student award is amazing, especially when, you know, went through high school thinking it was stupid, you know. So it was like, okay, so so, you know, it feels great. You know, hey, I can draw, and I'm pretty smart too. Everything's just coming into place, you know. Everything is just working. It's going well so far, you know. So I'd say my biggest achievement is this moment right now. Yeah, I'm really grateful for this.
What Muzi is doing, we know it as the cartoon.
Wonke umuntu ucabanga ukuthi lento lenyenzayo ukudweba imanga is bopopai, you know.
And Muzi umpleletsa gore, it's not cartoons. There's a huge difference between cartoons and manga.
Manga is comic book, basically. It's just Japanese. It's just a Japanese style used to draw a comic book.
It's different because the Japanese start from the back to front instead of front to back. You read panels from the left to right instead of right to left.
Manga is a personal, very personal art form. Cartoons and manga is completely different in the plot, is the story.
The story is really interesting. They're always keeping you on your toes. There's a lot of mystery, a lot of things you have to solve by yourself, a lot of things that just keep you interested.
There are genres and there are age restrictions. Manga can have many different art styles, complicated ones or simplified ones, but point is, it's so much more. So Lenny workstation yam, so manje ngizongikhombisa ukuthi mina ngiqala kanjani ukuthi create ama pages noma artwork.
When he's into manga, is like he becomes very deep into it. Utlala music, like to inspire him as well.
So normally when I start, let's say drawing a comic page, in order to get to this, ngimele ngiqale on paper. I'll create storyboards. So storyboards really is the pre-production before the end result. Namhlanje sengenza everything digital.
Everything he does, he works for it. He gets this expensive equipment.
So lento le i-Wacom tablet, A3 size, bese uthola nepen yayo ukuthi uzodweba khona la. Uzodinga couple of programs. Mina ngisebenzisa Manga Studio as the best comic making program. So the best part ngale program le ukuthi uyafika lana uyachoose ukuthi what shape you want, a rectangle, and then nje you begin. The process is the same as paper. It's just that you're doing it on the computer now.
His work looks clean cut, and expensive, and just rich.
In manga, we depend on you as the artist. How detailed do you want it to be?
It's just a still image, but the way they do the still image makes it feel so alive that you get so interested, because all these images feel like they're so expressive that it feels like it's jumping right out of the picture.
Done with this character. Next panel.
Uma ufunza letincwadi takhe ubuka le drawing noma uyafunza nje kuphela, but uma ubuka le drawing ubukele nalula kusuka kubhalile, mina ngibona kuhambisana.
Usually in manga, you have to show literally everything. American comics, you can have one page with a whole bunch of dialogue. Manga is like a movie. You have to show every single movement.
You see certain stories in Hollywood derived from these manga stories or anime stories, like perhaps talk about the Matrix. Lots of these little hints and little tropes taken from Ghost in the Shell and put in the Matrix.
It tells a story, because in manga it's less of the dialogue and more of the characters, you know, telling the story through gestures, through expressions. And I mean, very ngithanda kakhulu ukudweba ama expressions.
Thanks to him, I can now actually draw three-dimensional characters.
So now Elena is fully penciled. Now I'm about to start inking. This page is fairly detailed. It's got a lot of movement. There's smoke, there's rocks, everything is flying everywhere. So it would take a while to ink. I choose the bucket tool. If I was doing this on paper, I'd have to use the ink to make this entire area black. A waste of ink or a waste of money. But here, bucket tool, choose black, and I select. Okay, a mistake happened. If a mistake happens on paper, there's nothing you can do. But you click Control Z, problem solved. There you have it, just like that. And then I put in the heavy details later. This is a complete page.
He likes to put a little bit of splash of, South Africa in it.
Because this character, Kamalaku Abaraj. Abaraj is an African name or child of light. So, abantu bazowazi kanjani ukuthi this person is dark-skinned. The best you can do in manga, because it's not in color, is that you will add a dark tone. So now, he's clearly not just black and white like all the other characters. He's got some tone on his skin, meaning, okay, this guy's dark-skinned. I'm gonna printer this copy. Ngizohamba to my local printers. But usually mina uma ngiyoprint angiprintela ukuthi ngifuna ukuthengisa. I want to show the world.
He's literally married to manga, to a point where all he talks about and breathes is manga.
All of these, I printed it for me. But then people noticed, but can you please have a copy? So I printed more and I started selling. I want they liked it, but I wasn't ready to sell it because I knew I can do much better. It was still too soon to start selling, But Miracles, I believe I'm ready. As soon as book one is done, it's the one, it's the one.
Because manga is more of a form of escapism, because sometimes your life gets boring or gets hard, so you just want to escape into an interesting story of things that you wish you could do in your life, because everyone, has wanted to be a superhero as a kid.
So the story I'm working on now is called Miracles, and this one is literally everything I've experienced put into one story. Last year I went fairly deep into the Bible. I somehow put that experience in Miracles, which is why it's called Miracles now. And what I'm trying to do with this story is that the characters' decisions, I want them to be very realistic. Because this Miracles is the biggest project that I'm working on. Last year I started a drawing class. I only had one student, but it was a step forward, and she was very dedicated and she understands.
I was excited to learn manga, how to draw manga, how to write mangas from Lucy. I thought it was going to be a lot of children, but then I found out it was only me who was interested.
I'll educate those who want to learn. I'm not going to go to people who are relaxed with their lives and they only know this as this. It's fine. I won't come to you. I'll let people come to me. If you want to know, come and I'll teach you.
He helped me draw better human bodies, how to draw the female, the male body, hands, eyes, expressions. It just helped me draw better.
Today I'm having a preview for my manga Miracles. So I don't know how many people are going to be there, but I'm really keen on seeing how many people are going to be there since not many people are into manga and everyone thinks it's cartoons, but I plan to educate them with this preview. So I'll be showing off pages from Miracles. I'll just have to see what feedback I get, you know, and I hope it's positive. If not, well, I'll use that as a reason to do better then, you know. But yeah, that's what's happening later on today. I'm here now at the Pearson Institute Art Gallery, which I'm about to present my new manga. It's called Miracles, so it's going to be like somewhat of a little preview of what the story is going to be like. I hope a lot of people show up because I am kind of worried that people aren't really interested in what I do. But we shall see. This whole thing is me educating Mzansi of like, yo, emadoda kune manga la kune anime, so come on in woza nizofunda ukuthi lento le isipana kanjani. Good morning everyone. Thank you all for coming to today's ever Manga Preview exhibition. For those who don't know what manga is, the word manga is Japanese for comic book. This is my manga called Miracles, and today I'm previewing to you guys. The actual story, it's kind of personal, so there's going to be a lot of people dying in the story, there's going to be a lot of drama, there's going to be a lot of tension, just like my life, you know? So, does anyone have questions at all about this?
So I want to know, do you do this as a hobby or are you actually considering this as a career path?
It started off as a hobby, but then later developed into, you know, something I love so much. So now I'd like to do this as a career. This hopefully will be a career once I finish book 1, and I hope that everything works out.
I just wanted to ask that, how has been your work received, taking the fact that anime is a Japanese thing, like you're trying to putting it in a South African context? How has that been going for you?
It has not been received very well, because a lot of people, when they see my stuff, they see Goku. And sadly, not everyone is going to enjoy it. But I don't mind, because this is not something just for this country. This is for everybody, worldwide, you know. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. I just hope you at least appreciate what I do. And I'm just trying to educate people here in Mzansi that, hey, this thing exists. All right, no more questions. You guys feel free to stand up and come tell me what you think.
The work was really good. Especially art, the story on point. As someone who reads manga regularly, I think this is really good. You know, it's what you expect from international mangakas, and it's really good.
I like the comic. It switches between, like it touches between different aspects of what Africa is.
Okay, the opinion I had is, cause some of us watch manga, this is basically not original some sort. Your illustrations are like Naruto/Dragon Ball Z kind of feel. And you want it to have a South African feel. So you should basically find a different way of making your illustrations seem more black.
That hurts, but okay. I understand. You know, I did say I want some Mzansi flavor in this, but I also said I'm doing this for people who read manga, not just people of Mzansi. So in the end, I understand what you're saying, but I believe I've put enough of Mzansi flavor in here, and I'm still going to add more. But it's not just for South Africa, it's for the world, it's for people who read manga. you know, not for just one demographic. So.
Well, ka thoma ho utlwa ka manga and it's pretty cool, Gerard.
I like the storyline, how he's trying to add some Africanness into the manga, into the storyline. I feel like it's an inspiring thing.
What genre is this?
This genre is called shonen. And shonen is a Japanese word for boy. Basically, it's, you know, comics for young boys, you know. But this will have a few mature themes in it. So I won't necessarily call it shonen anymore. Let's just call it an action drama.
Does it have a little romance?
Of course. You know, there's plenty of romance. This will be a very tragic story, and the tragedy is mostly going to come from the romance. Nothing's going to work out. The exhibition is now over. The preview was better than I expected. I didn't expect so many people to come and, you know, give me such a great level of feedback. You know, I learned a lot, and I appreciate everybody telling me what they think of manga, and if they want to, you know, learn more about it, what I should do next. I can't wait for the next one, and I can't wait to release book 1. So until then, thank you. Thank you, Mzansi.
Manga in this country is not very popular, and you see Muzi himself is trying to make it a more popular thing. He's trying to make it go mainstream. He's trying to make it less of a niche and more of a common thing you see around the street.
Muzi ngimfisela lokuhle kuphela. And i-future yakhe ngiyabona ukuthi likusasa lakhe liqhakazile and usatoyekutheni kakhulu.
I see Muzi in the near future as a great manga artist, as an artist who came out of Africa.
I plan on continuing Miracles. I plan on finishing it.
You teach South African citizens, there's a difference between manga and cartoon.
I want to create my manga academy to be the biggest academy in Africa. I want wonke umuntu to learn ukuthi yini manga, and we're not just going to be learning what manga is here. I'm going to teach people how to express themselves on paper. I'd like to do just manga on its own, but I don't think that's going to be possible for a while. So I'm a graphic designer and do manga on the side.